Hello again. So soon, they say. Well, I was just thinking, within relationships, of course, there's many techniques and there's many options open to us as the man of the house. But there comes a point where we try our best and we hit a brick wall sometimes, and it's important to remember that sometimes enough is enough. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Because to be Mr. Nice Guy, a lot of Filipino mistake that as a sort of a weakness that they can capitalize on to a degree. They know our weaknesses, they know our faults by then. And it's important that regardless of where we live in the world, that we don't give the partner, the other part of the scenario, the upper hand, any more so than they give us the upper hand. Because sadly in the world that we live in, weakness is capitalized on so often by the dominant member of a family unit. It might be just simply raising one's voice to them, and we tend to sort of realize that whilst they raise their voice at us, it's telling us that they're not happy with something. But to allow it to become abuse is not a good thing. So that's a time when enough is enough, guys. You have to put your foot down and exert your dominance for once in a while. It may be a case of saying, right, okay, you want to behave like that? Then this is your response. Which one would you like? The good side of me? Or maybe the determined, I'm not going to be walked over? We don't need to be a doormat, regardless of where we are in this world. We don't need to be taken advantage of. There'll be times where we're quite happy to be that helping hand, to be the sucker. And they think we're the sucker, but we are saying, okay, I've given it a bit of thought. Yes, I'll let her get her own way on this one. But if it becomes a regular occurrence, there is a time, again, no more Mr. Nice Guy. And again, as I say, it's not just Filipino. It's people in general. You can choose your friends. You can't choose your family. And it's important that now you're part of a family group. Your girlfriend, your wife, your partner, your companion. She has to also realize that you are a part of that, an important part of that. Yes, a financial investment for her. And I say an investment because she has to invest her time with you. She has to accept that she's given up certain things in her own life for the purpose of pleasing you, accepting your point of view occasionally. Not all the time, but occasionally. And to allow somebody, regardless of how beautiful, how sexy, how beautiful skin they are, they don't have that God-given right to walk all over us. They have to accept that sometimes they are wrong, and sometimes maybe we are right. And you soon find out when you start tightening the fist of the wallet how they will come back to realize that which person in the family is the one that truly is giving them the lifestyle that they wish to have. After all, out of the blue came an aeroplane. or a ship. And guess who got off? You. So you are the prize, not them. You are the prize. Because as much as if they don't want the prize anymore, we've all been to the fairground and we've all got the ball, the little fluffy toy. But after a while, the ball is no use anymore, it's flat. The the fluffy toy has become a bit dirty and no longer nice to see sitting on the couch or on the side of the bed. So just remember, they too can seem a little ragged on the edges, and it's up to us to make sure that they don't forget there's a price to pay, and the price is courteousness, politeness, accepting in many ways our funny ways, and in return pockets full of money and pockets full of love and pockets full of joy will come abounding to them. We're not paying for it. It's part of life. We would be doing the same overseas. We build a nice home overseas. Sure, we have the mortgage in both names. Why? Because you need both names to maintain the mortgage. But also, it gives a certain amount of protection. And as you all know here, we have no protection. Of course, if you go to a lawyer, you can maybe get an agreement where she will agree to you owning the house and access across her land to it for maybe a 25-year lease period. That gives you a certain amount of control. But just remember, enforcement is the main issue, and there's ways and means, so don't be so hasty to think you're protected. The best thing always in a relationship is communication, and we've talked about that a lot. But more importantly, it's very important that the language spoken, be it in English or otherwise, shows a modicule of respect and understanding of our position. Sure, they'll get rattled easily. Filipinos do. And we know the consequences. But most of all, they must be aware that we also have something up our sleeve. No more Mr. Nice Guy. At least until the status quo remains and everybody's happy again. So if you like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And come on, don't be scared, you can subscribe. I'm not looking. Off you go. Press the thumbs up and press the subscribe button, please. Bye now.